Welcome back. And before I get started with this episode, I just want to say I was having horrible audio problems with the previous camera, so that's gone. I went back to an old classic webcam, as that is giving better quality audio and the video's a little bit better. But that's doing a hell of a lot better than a camcorder. So anyway, now to get into the actual video, or actually this is the pre-video. As per the other few videos, before you get into a letter, there has to be a review of a video game. And this one was actually worked on by 20th Century Fox, Gearbox, and Sega. Powered by the Unreal Engine. Yeah. It's kind of like started out like good and then immediately went really just went bad real quick. I played it with someone else and they had the same issues. That it just wasn't a good game. It's nice to see that there's an alien video game, but this just wasn't good. So, since Colonial Marines have gone to the grave, we are in the F's, if you haven't figured it out. And this is going to be relatively short because the next one is going to have it being a franchise. But I'll talk about that later. The first video, I mean, you could maybe you could pick up what it is. Is that right here? Maybe not. I'm looking at you. No. I don't. Maybe you can. If you can figure out what's in this pile, put it in the comments. Because this one, Faces of Death. Banned in 43 countries, as it says on the label. Or not on the label, but on the cover. Banned in 43 countries. Of what countries those are, no idea. It could be countries that no longer exist, as this is from like the 80s. Or actually, I was wrong. 1979. It's Faces of Death 1. And it's not a horror movie, actually. It's a documentary. It's a documentary about how people deal with death. And they show some in here. They actually watch footage of a woman walking in front of a train and getting exploded. There's a scene where I think it's India, they put a monkey in the table and they crack the skull open and eat fresh monkey brains. Which is something, one of the Indiana Jones movies do it. They do that in there. So, it's just a documentary, but it's very gruesome. And I think what makes it worse is that when you see people dying in it, they actually died. It's the real thing. It's not reenactments. It's not the History Channel where they're going to reenact somebody dying of being on an electric chair. You see somebody dying in an electric chair in that movie, in that documentary, they're dead. Okay. Now back to fictional reality. The Faculty. Another teen horror movie, but nonetheless, actually good. What the? The interesting thing is, not only is he winds up in, there's a Galore. He winds up in the Halloween franchise. Yeah. That's the guy that plays Frodo. I forgot his name. Elijah Wood. Elijah Wood's in this, and then this chick is Jordina Brewster, who is Brian O'Connor's love interest in the Fast and Furious. And and then Usher's in the film as well, and Jon Stewart. You know, as far as a high school kind of horror film, it actually was good. You know, even till today, I still think it's a good film. Forgot to move faces. Okay, now, every so often you can find one of these, a DVD, as the entire, as like 4-film thing. And that's exactly how I got this. For me, Final Destination is not something I would watch often. I watched it once. Got really freaked out about how realistic all the deaths were. Well, that was the first one. And then everyone was like, wow, this is like crazy stuff. That's one of those films where it's better that you don't watch it a lot. It's better that you watch it years in between each viewing so that you forget what the fuck is going to happen in the film. Because then it helps, you know, it makes it more enjoyable the next time you watch it. This next one is one that you're not going to forget the ending, because everybody, we're told about this in school. Bram Stoker's friend, Mary Shelley, made Frankenstein. This is actually one of my favorite movies. And it's like the least horror-ish. Actually, horror-ish isn't a word, to be horror-esque. It's the least horror-esque film basically on here. But, you know, Robert De Niro did a really good job playing Frankenstein. So that's going to be the end of this. Before I ramble on for another 50 minutes. That's the end of it. If you liked it, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please do. If you want to hit that notification bell, go ahead. I'm not forcing you to. Nor am I forcing you to go to Patreon and be a patron and give me $1 a month so that I can, you know, buy a camera that actually doesn't make noises when you use it. So I can afford that. But anyway, that's the end of it. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.